Right, I've just plugged the camera in, ready to be set up here, and I've also signed into my account on HG Live Cam, and then what you then do is, as the instructions, you look for the one called Care. You click on that one, and for my phone, I have to wait for it to show up in the. So you ask if I want to connect to that network because there's no internet on there. Yeah, so it says, do I want to connect to that network? Yes. You then you go to HG Live Cam. It should pick the camera up exactly the same as the instructions. You can see it's live because I just put my hand over the top. But at the moment, I'm not connected to the internet. I'm literally just connected direct to the camera. So if I walk out the room, that's not going to work. So I need to then connect it to the internet. So if I go back one, set up Wi-Fi camera. Type in passive the router and connect. Give it a few seconds to connect to the internet and then it should show up as online. There you are. Just give it any name you want. Just call it test. Next. And that should then add it to the account. So now it's added to the account. I can then once again click on it, see that it's live. I can also get back to my internet. See, I'm no longer connected to the camera, I'm connected to my router, and if I wanted to, I could even turn off the Wi-Fi, and I've now got 5G data in the top corner, and again, I should still be able to log into the camera even on data. That just proves to me that it's online, I'm not just connected to the camera. So at that point, once it's on the account, it's on the internet, what you can do is on a second phone, it doesn't matter where this phone is, as long as you've set the camera right, what you can do is then go on a second phone, sign into the same account on here. Give me a second. Let me just fill out the details. Right, so sign in there. You'll see, let me just refresh, but you see it's got the same camera on there. Because all I've done is signed into the same account as I signed into on my other phone. So I've now got access. Now the only downside is every time one person signs into this account, it signs the other person out. So look at my account now. Let's say I've logged out. So it's going to be a case of like constantly swapping from one to another. So if I then sign back in on here, it takes its time, but it'll get there. There you go. So it's back on again on this phone, but then you'll see I'm now signed out from the other phone. So the only way around this, I've not actually tried this before, but if you see above the camera, you've got that red, there's red 3 circles, which is there. It lets you share it, so you can share the camera, and you can do QR code look. So then what you do, it's going to be hard to show you, but on this on this phone, you have to create a new account. So create a completely different account. Just sign in. No, Alex. Shaw 94. Sorry. Password. So I've signed into a new account now. There's no cameras on this one. I'm still signed into my other account on this phone. So what we need to do, obviously I've got this QR code ready. On this phone, I need to click that little box at the top there. And ask if you want to be allowed to use the camera, which obviously I want to be able to use it. And it's now scanning the QR code. Now I'm not going to be able to show you this, but I'm going to turn the screen on there. Scan the code, and now if I go back, you'll see I've got access to the camera on this phone and on this one at the same time. But the important thing is, as long as you set the camera correctly to the internet first, this bit can always be done afterwards. So there's no panic. It's not like you've got to be sat next to the camera to do this. It can be done any time you want. So as long as it's on the internet, this sharing bit can be done afterwards. But that's how you can get around the issue of being able to watch it. I think you can watch it at the same time. Let me double check that actually. So I'm going to watch it on this phone. So I'm watching live on the second phone. In fact, I'll show you. It's on there. Watching live. Just wet my hands, and then I'm going to open it on this one. Yeah, but you both people can watch them at the same time, so that gets around that issue of being able to see both cameras at the same time from two different phones, if that's what you need to do. If you just need to transfer it, then it's just a case of signing to the same account and log the one person out and the other person in, if that makes sense. Right, I'll send this across.